Hello and welcome back to the channel. So in this video we've got a few things going on. So we've got the overview of the control system first, then a little bit of a talk about the Chatham show and what I got from there, and then at the end of the video we'll go on to my new project announcement, which will be pretty good, I hope. But first off, let's start with the power control systems, which means we need to go under the layout to take a look at it. Right, so this is our current temporary, and I do mean temporary, power setup, as we're using a bit of CAD or card aided design here, just to hold everything in place and make up a makeshift panel. So I'll talk about this panel first. So we have 3-volt trips that are the button kind. They'll pop out if anything goes wrong. We then have little switches for each power thing. Digital meters on our DC supplies, and a bigger meter reading out what our main DC supply is. On this one we have our amp circuit. This powers point modules on the lower level mainly. Again, it has a 3 amp trip switch and a analog meter, as we couldn't really get a digital one for what we have. Going over the wall we have our Z21 Pro and Wi-Fi module, and then we have 2 Z21 booster modules. One is going to be for the upper yard level, which is not constructed yet, so it's not really connected to anything. The other one is for the lower yard sidings, which are built. The Z21 itself will run the main loop around the yard and the main lines on the top deck. Then at the back here we have our DC supply, which does 18 volts and I think it was 20 amps. Then we have the coil, which does our AC supply of 18 volts and 5 amps. If we connect the other coil we get 10 amps, but we're only using 5 amps as that's what our meter reads. Then you got a lot of wiring because it's not the neatened form yet, so it's just all temporary whilst we're testing it out. Then once we get the upper level built and know all the systems that we will be linking up, where we have stuff like the container cranes, turntables and all this other stuff, whether or not they will need a dedicated system or power lines. So with that, let's start firing this up. So first of all, we've got our power turned on, so we'll just flick that on, which brings these to life. Also fires up our hefty power supply at the back. So we have the Z21, booster 1, booster 2, we have our Wi-Fi module, and then we have our AC supply. So you can already see boosters drawing 1.65 amps. That's where some of the stay alives are charging. Alright, it tends to sit a lot. Got a max of 3 amps on these outputs. Main controller is sitting at 0.24. And overall power going to every unit is 19 volts. Except from the Wi-Fi module, which has a step down board, which can be seen there, as that only needs 9 volts. So with that all active, So the AC supply is powering these modules up here. I am running 9 of these Lens Digi Plus modules. They are LS150 modules because they've got labels over them, so I know what point they are. So still currently in the process of setting that up and getting it all working. But yeah, they do fire, so now that I've got a thing connected. They do need slight calibrations, but if we came down to the meter, and you'll see the meter being able to move. If I trigger a route I've got, where it fires a bunch of them, you see the meter moving up and down a little bit. So that's our ACM point controlling system. But yeah, coming over here you can see the boosters all fired up. And all this is now running. So yeah, there's not really too much to say about this. I mean, I can swing this round to see the back. It's just occasional Wago connectors and soldering for the switches. It's all temporary until we build the proper panels, proper circuitry. So yeah, we'll now move on to the next part, which is the Chatham Dockyard show and what we managed to get from it. Okay, now on to this stuff, which is what I got from Chatham. So first off, we've got another great box from Transporters. So it's another travel box for trains. This is a 6-slot variation. I've got other 6-slot variations where they have side slots. I've got about 6 of those, and I used 4 of them for Swanage. But the guy advised me this one would be better for wagons as it's got the longer slots, and he was right. So inside I've managed to get at least 20 wagons in at the moment. I could probably get another 4 in, as I've got 1 slot not in use yet. So it is 18 Akira scale 21 tonners in there and 2 Hornby wagons. Again, this is all for my next layout project, which I will go into in a little bit. So yeah, all those wagons were meant for my next layout. So the fact that I can get all of them into this and have enough room for a few brake vans as well is pretty cool. Obviously you have to remove the blocks of foam that are in there, and you can cut those to put in between things or to fill up gaps. You get the plastic sheet, which comes as a continuous length, and you just cut it to the size that you want. So I cut 5 pieces off, and I've still got all of that left, which is pretty good because it means I can get a couple more out of it. So do like these boxes. They are very, very useful. Even the foam can be useful to some extent as well. So we've also got a few more power feeders, as you can never have enough of these if you're running digital and you've got electrofrogs. So they're good. Got 6 packs of those, I think. yeah, 6 packs. Then we also acquired a ESU servo controller that can handle up to 8 channels of servos, which again, pretty cool for the next layout project. Got that from Coastal DCC, so they've always done me well. And then got a Metcalf industrial overbridge to go between buildings on the next layout as well. There's a bit of a theme going on here. Next layout. And the biggest purchase, if I come out, is these. These are two 600 by 1200 baseboards. Laser cut, I think. And they are produced by Redline Baseboards. Great guys. We met them at Chatham and had a nice little talk with them. You can get so many bits for these. So we've gone for these ones. Picked them up at the show. So there we go. 600 by 1200 at the top there. But they also have 400 by 1200 and 300 by 1200. Then you got half size ones which are narrower. You got leg packs, connector kits, but they've got all the holes and stuff pre-drilled for easy assembly. I'm guessing that's an assembly instructions in there as well, as you got a pack of screws in there too. But next video we'll be diving into these, which I'll be doing later today. But yeah, we went, Chatham was yesterday, and with the reveal of the baseboards, I think it's time to announce my next project. Yeah. Next layout is going to be 600 by 2400. So in other words, 60 centimeters deep by 2 meters 40 in length, as these boards will go end on end and be a long layout. So that's going to be the next one. I will probably put up a shot of my track plan now, which I made in any rail. We have got every single point. We've got 3 packs of 6 Cobalt IP Digi motors for the points. So been building up. We got several of the buildings already. The idea of this, it's going to be a coal yard. There'll be a couple conveyors. I've got a few Hornby conveyors already. I've also got a Hornby tipper unit which I will be using to load a canal boat. So I think it's time we brought back the Swanage totem and updated it to the new totem with the name. Name of the next layout is going to be SMR Coal and Sons Limited. I think I put that bit on the end. So that'll be the new totem displayed for the newer videos. We have got a design for a sign, which I just need to make real. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting layout. It's not based off anywhere. It's not based off any particular time period. Probably around the time when diesel started to come onto coal yards as well. So we have steam shunters and diesel shunters. We'll have shuttle system for DMUs. And quite a few new scenes that will probably be run off of servos as well. So I'm going into a bit more tech than I did with Swanage, but thanks to Swanage we have learned an awful lot about building a portable, and this time around I've decided not to build the baseboards myself, but we're going with these guys' baseboards, as it takes all the hard work out of the baseboard building. So we have nice supported baseboards. It's thicker than what I used for my original baseboards as well. And yeah, it should speed us along so we're straight up to the stage where the baseboards are built, which means we can then put cork or foam, because I think we've got some spare foam from a house project. I think it's like floor insulation foam, but it does the same as cork. It'll deaden the sound from the tracks. Yeah, there'll be a bit more tech behind this layout, and hopefully later on this week we'll have the first video go up of the baseboards being built. Quite looking forward to this next project, as it gives me another layout that I can run at shows that is not always going to be Swanage and doesn't always require a team. This one's going to be designed to be run with a single person. So yeah, with that all done and said, thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.